Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Basement Monsters podcast. I'm Ivan Vargas. That's Luke Nettles, as always, with that Panther blue.
There you go.
Even though the Panthers took the L tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I just it was ugly.
No, it looks good. No, I like it. I like it. Leave it. I like it. I'm just giving you shit. Jeez.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it was a good game, man. I can't ask for. I mean, it was boring there for a little bit, and then they kind of started throwing little punches back and forth, and then it got greasy. It was a rainy game. Running backs were decent. Curtis Samuel out of nowhere is all of a sudden Walter Payton. Yeah, it's like, who is this? Like, when did this happen?
Right.
But, hey, kudos to the Panthers. I mean, they did what they had to do. I mean, Teddy took a cheap shot, and they had it is what it is.
Yeah. Before we get to that cheap shot, let me just start us off. Falcons beat the Panthers 25-17. Matt Ryan had a decent game. He didn't have a touchdown. Mm-hmm. He threw one interception. Teddy Bridgewater was on his way to a decent game. He ended up finishing with 176, but he was taken out. I believe it was like the third quarter. Mm-hmm. There was a play where Teddy scrambled. He was I think there were back-to-back scrambles. He scrambles, gets past one man, tries to go through the hole, and he gets kicked in the nuts. Like dude, who I don't know who was the end or whoever it was being blocked, and he just went ahead and just slung his leg and kicked the shit out of Teddy Bridgewater in the nuts. They cup checked Teddy Bridgewater, and then Teddy goes down. He hits the ground. He rolls over, and as soon as he rolls over, he has a 300-something-pound defensive lineman crashing on his head and neck. After the play was done, he was already on the ground. Mm-hmm. That player got ejected, but Teddy was out, and they had to bring in P.J. Williams. And P.J. Williams, he couldn't get the job done.
No,
you know what I mean, he was. Let's see what P.J. Williams was. P.J. Williams was 1 for 4 for 3 yards. Mm-hmm. That's not going to get it done. And by that time, the Atlanta Falcons, they found a rhythm. They started using that running game a little bit more, and then all of a sudden, boom, Todd Gurley in the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Todd Gurley, like I said, he's been coming on. I think they said that he was tied for second in carries in the league. So I mean, he's working. He's just doing it quietly.
He's not the machine. He's not the machine that we know.
No, he doesn't have the burst that he used to have a couple years ago. So I mean, and he hasn't for a couple. We knew that in his last season with the Rams. You could see that he didn't have that same burst. But he is still a good runner. He's a smart runner. Well, sometimes, not excluding last week, but the guy's good. Like, he's holding up. He's not. I don't see him being in here much longer. But Todd Gurley's good. I don't mind Todd Gurley.
No, I mean they're using him like a work. I mean they're giving a good mix of him and Benny Hill, I believe it is, Brian Hill, and it seems to work for them. I mean, it's the running game isn't absolute garbage. It's the defense that's been really giving them problems, especially in the secondary. Mm-hmm. But tonight they give them credit. I guess they held true. They were able to hold off Teddy, even though Teddy came back into the game. They were able to hold him off for a while, and then finally get that final interception there to seal it at the end. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much. I mean, like I said, it was a hard-fought game. It's a division game. They usually, I think my guess was like 28-21 or something like that. It ended up being pretty close. It's a division, like I said. That's just how the NFC South goes. Carolina wins one in Atlanta. Atlanta comes to Carolina, wins one. It seems like in that division they always split with each other.
It seems to be a dogfight every single game, especially between that NFC South. Mm-hmm. We have to worry about that this week with the Saints. So I know exactly what you're talking about, and all of a sudden obviously the game that our two teams had. But give credit to Atlanta. They hung in there. That defense hung in there, and the icing on the cake for them is to seal it with interception at down the stretch. I feel like the fire sale for Atlanta is coming. It probably won't be Julio. Obviously, you won't see a Julio Jones. You won't see a Matt Ryan, but you'll start to see pieces of that team begin to fade away. I would feel like this right before the trade deadline, at least one of those pieces, because it just seems to me that the remnants of that Super Bowl team, everything. The magic's gone. We'll just put it like that. The magic's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're definitely looking at it, doing some rebuilding here shortly. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, those two have both come out and said they don't want to be traded. And I don't know what's the better situation to be in. Have a young quarterback with a Julio Jones, or do you have a young or a different quarterback with no Julio Jones? So there's different routes they could go, and I mean I think it all starts with the quarterback. So if you're going to do anything, I keep Julio Jones, get the new quarterback, let him build a rapport and learn the offense while he still has Julio. So then the years after Julio's gone, then the guy could get acclimated and be ready for that transition without Julio.
Right, and you know what? I don't think Matt Ryan wants to go anywhere. I don't think either of them want to go anywhere. I just don't necessarily think that they could. I don't necessarily think that they should waste away the rest of their careers on a team that might not ever, might not rebuild by the time you're all said and done with your careers. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be on the other side of their careers by the time this team. I mean, granted, it could rebound quickly, but it doesn't look like this team is going to rebound quickly. I mean, they got a good win tonight, but you don't have a head coach. You don't have a GM. There's a lot of questions with Atlanta still, even though they had a hard fought win. Although I still say if it's a different game if Teddy Bridgewater's in there down the stretch.
For sure.
Or a touchdown, or they get the three but they still are threatening at the end. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Bringing in PJ Williams like that it was a hostile game. There was big hits. There was flying around. It was a mono. Not a mono. It was a show me game. It was a show me hard type of game. That's what they played out there tonight, and the rain just enhanced that. The guys had to play discipline and make sure they tackled. And for the most part, it looked decent. Like the game, it wasn't a sloppy game. It was just really slow, methodical, and it really did come down to the end there.
Yeah.
But I still feel like Teddy doesn't go out with that cheap shot. I think the Panthers at least give themselves a better shot to win it.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's also a lot of history made today in this game. I'll just shoot off some stuff for you here. Gurley is tied to Eric Dickerson for 6th most TDs by a running back in their first 6 seasons.
Wow.
Julio Jones surpassed Roddy White for most career reception yards by any receiver versus the Panthers. Let's see. Young Ho Koo has 6 games of 4+ field goals since joining the Falcons.
Young Ho Koo.
Julio.
Not how he pronounces his name.
Young whoever. They probably.
Young Ho Koo. Young Ho Koo.
Yeah, it's like one of the greatest names ever.
It's definitely one of the greatest names.
Then you got Julio Jones surpassing Torrey Holt, for 12,660 yards for the 2nd most receiving yards through a player's first 10 seasons.
Torrey Holt's a very he's one of those forgotten guys for some reason. I know some like
I don't forget him.
No, I won't forget. Football savants won't forget, but when you're running off names of great wide receivers, you lose guys like a Torrey Holt. Lose guys like Hans Ward if you don't keep mentioning their names. You know what I'm saying? Torrey Holt. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good company to be in, man. Torrey Holt wasn't no slouch.
Hell no, he wasn't no slouch.
Yeah, it was good though. And then on the Carolina side, DJ Moore surpassed the old Mark Carrier for the 6th most reception yards in Panthers history. So had a lot of history going on tonight.
Mark Carrier.
Yeah, going back.
It's going back.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of history tonight, I guess. At least for the Panthers. Well, both the Panthers and the Falcons.
Yeah.
But I still say that NFC South is going through. It's going through New Orleans, and I'm not. That's not disrespect to you.
Mhm.
It's just who the champ is right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just who's been on top. New Orleans has been on top of that NFC South for a long time, and even with Tom and the way you guys are playing, I'm sure you would agree. You guys ended up losing in the Superdome. When it comes to Raymond, it's got to be. You have to win that game. That's got to be the must-win game of the is against that Saints team. And like we said before this game coming in, and we thought it was going to be the Panthers. We thought the Panthers were going to help themselves out a little bit more.
They should have.
Positioning goes because, like you said, the Saints have the Bears. You guys still have. I don't know who you play this week.
I don't remember either, but yeah, I mean
the Bucs play the Giants on Monday night. The Bucs.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, no, I think it's only fair that you guys return the favor. I mean, we did beat Green Bay for you, so if you want to go ahead and beat the Saints for us, I won't be mad at that.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, I know, and I appreciate that. But too bad they didn't fucking go ahead and take advantage.
Yeah, no,
they get embarrassed on Monday night. But yeah, no, I mean, it's in the South, it's going to be a dogfight throughout, and I don't know if any lead's safe. I don't think there's going to be that much of a lead to begin with, as far as first and second. I don't think there's going to be much difference between first and second. It's going to be whether Carolina's going to have to rebound. They're going to have to rebound from this. Atlanta, I guess they keep themselves with some side of a type of a heartbeat. They have a pulse. Right. We found some rhythm in their bones, but as far as I can tell, like I said, no disrespect. It's the same with us. It still goes through Green Bay. I still say it goes through New Orleans, especially since you took that L at the beginning, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Bears play them this week because they're at Soldier Field. I mean, it is getting colder. Breeze is a little older, and you see what happened. We talked about that. What happened with Tom, and we were like, man, Tom was just slinging it on Green Bay. Man, Tom was just slinging it on. I'm sorry, who they play? The Raiders.
Yeah.
He came to Chicago. A little colder. You're by the lake.
You don't have a receiver. You don't have a couple. You don't have Fournette. You don't have a receiver.
Wide open area. You had weapons in that game still.
Well, we got a lot of them.
Still weapons, of course. So you had a lot of weapons that you were succeeding with. So Godwin wasn't the guy that lost you the game. Tom forgetting what down it was lost you the game. If that, because Houston Carson made a great play on the ball. That ball could have been picked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys squeaked it out. I mean, what do you want me to say? Like that is what it is. But I'll tell you the scale has risen since then. We're playing much heavier now. So, and then then we're gonna get Antonio Brown. And then I was just thinking about this: how crazy would it be for Tampa Bay to get the first round bye, a home game, whatever, and then play the Super Bowl in Tampa?
To be honest with you, part of me
that'd be crazy.
If the Bears falter, part of me will not be mad.
Yeah.
Part of me won't be mad to watch a Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay team in Raymond James. Is it still called Raymond James?
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Raymond James Stadium in the Super Bowl. Nothing would be. I mean, that's kind of a wild and crazy ending to 2020, right?
Yeah, why not?
It'll be in 21, but it'll be the end of the 2020 NFL season.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, no, but I mean, I was just thinking about that. Like, how crazy would that be? They get the first round bye, and then they essentially have 2 home games to end the season.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. One in the playoff, the championship playoff, and then in the Super Bowl. Man, Tampa Bay, it's too bad that they let the Dodgers run with some COVID guys. Maybe if he wasn't in the game, Tampa Bay would still be playing. They could have had a World Series and a Super Bowl.
No, I wasn't paying attention to a word you're saying.
You know what I'm talking about.
I wasn't trying to hear that shit. I wasn't trying to hear any of that shit.
That would have been super nice.
You're right. Like it's eerily working out that way. Where Tampa Bay is, I mean, like you said, hockey.
Right.
I'm sorry.
World Series.
Yeah, the Rays in the World Series. They were in it. You got the Bucks looking good. I mean,
gonna be a good. Hey, I remember those years here though. You know, when the Blackhawks were doing good and the Bulls were killing it. You know.
Yeah.
Or when the Cubs were killing it, and all that. It's like it's especially being in a city where we got multiple teams, it's easy to do that. But Tampa Bay only has 3, and it seems like all 3 of them are pretty damn good.
I understand that, but shit, sometimes in Chicago it's not easy. Sometimes,
a lot of time in Chicago.
It's like they called each other up before the season. It's like, hey, we're just gonna screw this season. It's just this F this season. You know what I mean? Block it. We're just gonna go ahead and be really bad. Do like out of body things and just kind of piss all our fans off in order to keep them on the hook.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's always just like, oh, we were so close. Just they just tease you, just like we were right there.
Yeah, you almost had it.
Yeah, got to be a little quicker than that.
Yeah, gotta be a little quicker. Almost doesn't count, but in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's true. Anyway, no, I agree.
Anyway, I'm done, dude. I'm running around that softball game. I'm tired as shit. I got to go do the show in the morning. Sean and mine in the morning at 9:00. Yeah. Till Sunday, dude.
Yeah.
Till Sunday. All right, guys. This has been the Basic Monsters podcast on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm Ivan Vargas. That's Luke Nettles. We will see you on Sunday. For first game was Ravens Steelers, and we got Bears and the Saints right after that. Peace.
Go Bears.
I just heard my favorite band is in town. I'd love to get good seats, but everywhere I've looked, the ticket sites have crazy service fees.
Haven't you heard of TixSplits?
Who?
TixSplits. They don't gouge you with crazy fees. The price they advertise is the price you pay, plus a small delivery fee.
Never pay service fees again. Go to TixSplits.com today. TixSplits.com. Guaranteed seats, low prices. That's TixSplits.com. Every ticket, every venue, everywhere.